right. Welcome back to Beyond the Spread. I am Bryce Baderis. Um, we got basketball to talk about, okay? We didn't talk last week. We had some shit go down. Brock Purdy got paid. Bill Belichick might be engaged. Scotty Scheffler wins the PGA Championship, Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals, all that kind of shit going on. But that was last week. That was even the week before kind of news. So I'm not gonna bring any of that up. But shout out Scotty Scheffler, dude's an absolute animal. When he was playing in the tournament last week, I know I wasn't. Anyways, Scotty Scheffler, he's just a fucking man. He's up there. He's creeping that upper echelon of, all time golfers. Maybe some people are saying he's catching Tiger. The stat was that Tiger every 3 starts he would do for a tournament, he would win 1 out of the 3 starts. Like, that is fucking crazy. Scotty's on like a 20% clip right now. So like roughly every 5 starts he's winning the tournament. So it's the gap is closing just based off ball striking, hitting greens and putts and all that kind of shit. That was old news, right? That's old news. This isn't a golf talk. We're here to talk basketball and maybe how shitty the Rockies are. I got a couple stats. I mean, we don't have a lot to talk about. We can definitely dive deep into some stuff, some college football news. But let's go. Let's start with basketball right now. What's going on in the league? We got Eastern Conference Finals. We got Western Conference Finals. Hand up accountability kind of shit. I wanted the T-Wolves to win this series mainly because I didn't want to see OKC go deep. I knew that OKC had a very, very, very good chance of beating the Timberwolves. I fully admit that. I said that when I chose the Timberwolves to win this series. I was like, I'm nervous about OKC still. They are the most dominant team right now. They have the best defense. They have the MVP, which fair. Shout out to Shai. I don't think I mentioned that last episode. Shout out to Shai winning MVP. I mean, I'm not going to hate on greatness. He's a hard watch. He's a hard watch. But let's start. You know what? Fuck that. Let's start with the East. Let me gather my thoughts more as we go through this, and we'll transition into the West. Eastern Conference Finals. Pacers are up 3-1 on the Knicks. I mean, where do we want to start with this? Are the Knicks better without Jalen Brunson on the floor? I don't think so. He's still an absolute bucket. He's an absolute clutch player. He averages 25, 6, and 4 a night. Like, the dude's a hooper. Dude's an absolute hooper. Yeah, he's a little shorter on the side, but he can hoop. I mean, that's all you want from Jalen to hoop well. Cat's been playing well. He had that 20-point fourth quarter performance the other game. What was that, game 3? Yeah, because it's 3-1 right now. So game 3 had that 20-point fourth quarter to actually get them a victory. But, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton is on a fucking another level right now. I don't know if you watch SportsCenter or First Take, but if you're on social media, you're probably seeing this stuff. If you're following the same sports pages that I'm following, ESPN came out and it was like, the question was, is Tyrese Halliburton a superstar? Stephen A. Smith, as much as I'm up and down with this guy, he has his moments where I'm like, oh, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Or like, your take isn't that far off, in my opinion. And there's other times where I'm like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and it's aggravating to watch. Nevertheless, is Tyrese Halliburton a superstar? I don't think so. I think he's a star. He's an all-star. But a superstar? Is Tyrese Halliburton if you were to walk into your friend's house who doesn't really follow basketball or even sports that much, is he going to know who Tyrese Halliburton is? If he follows sports, like, yeah, he'll have an idea. But, like, if you walk in the house and say LeBron, Giannis, Jokic, maybe SGA at this point, Luka, KD, like, those are superstars right there. So if you walk in and be like, is Tyrese Halliburton ring a bell? Like, is he a superstar? I would say no. Realistically. I mean, the dude's a hooper. I'm not going to say he's carrying this fucking Pacers team, but he's almost carrying this Pacers team. That step back, it looked like a 3 at the time. We did the choking thing like Reggie Miller. Stat right here. Most game-tying or go-ahead field goals. We got Chris Middleton with 4. Let me read this stat. Final 5 seconds of fourth quarter OT since 1997 playoffs. let's see if you catch a name that's not on this list, okay? Just keep your ears out. Maybe see who's not on this list. Chris Middleton, 4. Kobe Bryant, 4. Tyrese Halliburton, 4. Reggie Miller, 5. And then who's number 1? Who has the most? If you're thinking to yourself, it's Michael Jordan, you're wrong. It's LeBron James, and he has 8. So don't tell me LeBron isn't clutch anymore. He has more than Kobe. He has more than MJ. MJ's not even on the list. So whatever. I mean, he's been absolutely clutch. He's been carrying majority of this load. Miles Turner, you're getting production out of him. I mean, I'm excited for the finals now because it's 3-1. I don't think maybe the Knicks, I mean, T-Wolves could win one, but they're going into OKC again. Can the Knicks steal one at home? Like, can they get one at home? Like, yeah, probably, but it's going to be Pacers, OKC. I'm excited for it because they're both young teams and they both play almost their entire bench. Like, the Pacers head coach, is it Rick Carlisle? I think it's Rick Carlisle. He's playing 9-10 guys a night. OKC's playing at least close to 9 every night. I mean, we're seeing minutes from people who haven't played all year. Not all year. Take that back. But not as many minutes as they're getting now. Like, this is the Eastern Conference Finals. This is the Western Conference Finals. Like, you're trusting guys that, they're given 12 minutes a game, and it's like they're actually producing. It's like, holy shit. So the secret, I heard Brian Windhorst talking about this on, I think it was part of my take. It was part of my take. He was saying, or was it the Rosillo podcast? It might have been the Rosillo podcast where he mentions the new model in today's NBA is you get a superstar, you hold on to him as long as you can. You obviously build pieces around him, but it's the bench. You got to have the distance. You got to have, hey, I have my superstar. Can I get production out of, 5-6 guys who are going to average anywhere between 10 and, 18 points a game? My superstar is going to average 25. Like, those guys need to show up. That's where the Nuggets are struggling right now. We're not going to go down the Nuggets road and say, Nuggets gave a better fight than T-Wolves. The T-Wolves probably matched up better with the Nuggets, so they might have won, but that's neither here nor there. But Nuggets took them to 7, and we realistically should have won Game 5, which has been brought up so much lately to everyone I've talked to. The Nuggets were up 9 or 10 points with 4.5 minutes left in Game 5. If they win that game, the Nuggets are probably playing the T-Wolves right now in this series. It's not even close. But, ifs and wishes, shit happens. Eastern Conference Finals. We're still on the Eastern Conference Finals. We got, so Pacers, whatever. They're killing it. It's going to be Pacers. It's going to be OKC. Jalen Brunson playing pretty good ball. Caston playing pretty good ball. Mikal Bridges playing pretty good ball. OG Anunoby's playing pretty good ball. Josh Hart flies in out of the fucking middle of nowhere to get a rebound every once in a while. That's a game-changing rebound and then just swings the entire game. But who else? Who else is producing on that team? I mean, Campaign's hooping when he can. I mean, Buddy has one of the ugliest shots in the entire league, maybe ever. But he's getting paid fucking shit ton of money. Who else is playing for the Knicks? Like, let's just look at this box score real quick because who's coming off the bench? Oh my God, can I get a roster? Thank you. I mean, Mitchell Robinson's playing. He's getting a lot of free throw reps. We can tell you that much. He's getting a lot of free throw reps. But I mean, yeah. Miles McBride, I fuck with Miles McBride. He's a straight dog. Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet got some minutes the other game. Cat, PJ Tucker, haven't seen him once on the court. But it sucks because I hate to tell you I told you so, but I told you so. I had this take last week. We didn't record last week, but I had this take when the Knicks look, New York, I've never been to New York. I would love to go to New York. I would love to visit, all this kind of shit. But when they make the Eastern Conference Finals and you see social media pages like Complex, ESPN, Bleacher Report, like they're blowing up their social page that the Knicks fucking are making to the Eastern Conference Finals. If you would have pulled someone from, I don't know, 5 years ago, like they just stopped following sports, dropped social media, all that kind of stuff, and showed them all the pictures that they posted, they would have been like, did they win the finals or something? No, they just made the Eastern Conference Finals. Like it was crazy to see the amount of posts about making the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, I get it. Proud sports town. I totally fucking get that. It's the only basketball team in the state. they got 3 other fucking teams, 2 baseball teams, 2 football teams, all that kind of shit, but they unite on the Knicks. I respect that. But the amount of posts that they got for just making the Eastern Conference Finals, it was outrageous. I was like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, I get it. They made the Eastern Conference Finals, but now you're down 3-1. Now it's like, okay, you guys celebrated probably a little too hard making this Eastern Conference Finals. Look, I support fandom. I support celebrating your team. But, like, I get it. It's that mentality of, like, I guess just act like you've been there before, but you haven't been there before since what? Most of these fans were probably kids at the time. So it's like, I don't know, man. I digress. I kind of wanted to see a better series out of both. I want to see better series of both of these, conference games. But Pacers outran the Knicks. The Thunder are outrunning the T-Wolves. And I'm okay with it. I'm really okay. It's going to be a very entertaining series. And people are like, ratings are going to be down. I saw some tweet. It was like when the same teams make the finals every year, the comment is, this is still so boring. And then when different teams make the finals, it's like, this is still so boring. It's like, motherfuckers, be happy. How about you just watch the game? Enjoy basketball while it's still here. Because in a month, probably even 2.5, 3 weeks, it's like we're not going to have basketball again. And then we're going to have to go on to baseball, which I don't know what the fuck to talk about on baseball. I can only talk so much Shohei Ohtani and maybe Kyle Schwarber hitting fucking nukes and how bad the Rockies are. But it's like, just appreciate it while it's here, okay? Because we're not going to get this much basketball again until, what, October? And I'm not even like a true, like, basketball follower until, like, almost the end of football season. So it's really, like, cool. Let's enjoy basketball. It's the last, team sport that we get to watch other than baseball, which, we'll try to grind through. We'll talk a lot of fucking golf. But it's just one of those things. And then OTAs start up, and then, basketball gets forgotten about. And then baseball gets forgotten about until, like, playoffs or World Series for me. So it's just, I don't know. I'll digress. But, yeah, shout out to the Pacers for making the finals, pending a emphatic doom for either the Pacers or the Thunder. I mean, they have this shit wrapped up. There's just I don't see a way that they lose 3 straight games, either on the road or at home. So it's going to be entertaining finals, to say the least. I hope it's entertaining. I think they start next week. I think it's June 4th is the first finals game. Let's just double check that real quick because I know I saw it somewhere. Let's just check. Is it June 2nd? No. Game 1 NBA Finals, June 5th, next Thursday, Game 1 Finals. All right, let's go over the Western Conference. Again, shout out Shea, winning MVP. Congrats. That's dope. The dude is just... let me give the positives. Nothing rattles that guy. Nothing rattles that guy more than getting fouled. When he even isn't fouled, he doesn't get rattled. But you see him pop up, he makes a big shot, makes a big pass. You don't see a lot of emotion out of the guy. So when I think OKC's going to win the finals. I want the Pacers, but I think it's going to be OKC, which is super cool. First championship in, franchise history. But let me just talk Shea real quick. Give me a minute and a half of just talking Shea. The dude's a phenomenal player. He's added so much to his game. When he first came to the league, it was like he couldn't really score. He doesn't really have that good of a jump shot. Hell of a passer, plays really good defense because he's athletic. He's 6'6", does everything great, and he's developed that game even more and more. Now he's averaging like 30. He had 40 the other night in Game 4 in Minnesota. It's a tough watch. It's a tough watch. Not that I don't enjoy watching this OKC team at all, but when Shea is driving, he's creating so much contact. Look, again, I think some of them are fouls for sure, but it is an annoying thing. How do I say this delicately? When Draymond, swings his legs or throws an elbow or whatever, he's like, "Well, I'm just throwing my body around. Like, I'm just out here banging dudes." Pause. But it's kind of the same thing with Shea. They're both professional athletes. They're both, maybe not Draymond as much anymore, but Shea right now, what is he, 24, 25 years old, making millions of dollars, takes care of his body to a perfection. Like, the dude's a freak athlete in incredible shape. Pause again. But he's out here drawing these fouls, and it's like, bro, like we see that you're drawing this contact, which again, respect, do what you got to do, but Anthony Edwards is playing great defense on him, staying in front of him, and Shea just literally, and I mean literally does this. Just slides to the right into his chest, obviously running in a running motion, and then he throws his body to the ground. Like, no one touched him. Anthony Edwards' hands were out like this, and no one touched him. So it's like, it's just a hard watch, and he continues to do it and continues to do it. If he's boxing someone out and the guy puts a little pressure on his back, not as like an over the back call, but he goes sliding across the floor. Same with Lou Dort. Lou Dort does the same thing. It is just, it's hard to watch because, again, fouls are fouls. I get that. But there has to come to a point where the NBA has to crack down on this stuff. I don't think this is a hot take. This is just what it has to be. The James Harden rule, when the rip through came, when he would drive and just rip through and bring his arms up, people would be reaching like that's a foul. But when you reach up now, it's like you don't call that. I just think flopping needs to be handled more strictly. Again, I think certain players overemphasize it. Like, I mean, don't be wrong. Get your fouls. Like when Jokic in the last series in the quarters, he had to flop sometimes on Alex Caruso because he wasn't getting the calls down low. He got mauled down low. Or if he was backing down Caruso, who is almost a foot shorter than the guy, and Caruso's allowed to maul him literally down low because the size difference doesn't matter. That's still a foul on fucking Caruso. So I just think the flopping needs to become stricter. Again, I get flopping. It's part of the fucking game, unfortunately. And I just think it needs to be cracked down on. I don't think that's a hot take, but it just needs to be cracked down on because it gets to a certain point where it's like Shea's going to drive the basketball here. He's going to look for a call. And if he doesn't, he's going to kick the ball out and try to do it again. It's just the same thing over and over again, possession after possession. Look, it works. They've won 70-plus games this entire year, including the postseason. They are a really, really good team. Their defense is extremely elite. Their offense, Jalen Williams, who when he wants to be the number 2 scorer, he'll be the number 2 fucking scorer. Chet Holmgren, number 3. I don't think you can keep this core together as long as someone wants to take a severe pay cut because Chet's going to get paid next year or the year after. Jalen Williams is going to try to get paid this year or next year. Shea's going to sign a fucking supermax. So it's really, can you keep this depth on this bench and can you keep this flow going? I don't think they can. Vice versa, it's just like the Timberwolves. Like Anthony Edwards, I don't know if he signed a supermax or he's on the potential of signing a supermax. Do you keep Julius Randle? Can you keep Rudy Gobert? I know, was it Alexander Walker and someone? There's like 2 other players on Minnesota who they're gonna want to get paid. Do they want to stay in Minnesota and kind of take a hometown discount, or maybe the Nuggets try to go get one of these Timberwolves players who are absolute dogs and athletes and have a shit ton of length that can add to the defense and the offensive side? Can they come here and get paid? Nuggets are in a different situation, but nevertheless, can those guys go somewhere and get paid? Or, like I said, take a hometown discount, play with Anthony Edwards for another, 3 years, and then see what happens. I really don't know. It's a tough situation. I think this Shams reported it from ESPN that he's expecting fireworks this offseason from the NBA. Just news after news, people getting traded, signing deals, all that kind of shit. So it's very exciting to see what happens post NBA Finals. Again, I'm very excited for OKC Pacers Finals. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. If OKC's defense stays the way it is, which I think we're all expecting it to stay the way it is, I think they got it in 6. My heart wants to take Pacers in 7, but I just think it's OKC maybe in 5. I think it might be 5 or 6 because usually when we get down to this point in the season, it's because like we look at it, was it last year when the Celtics won? We got a fire truck passing my building right now. Give me 1 second. Damn, that motherfucker's loud. Like last year when the Celtics won it, they won it in, was it 5 or 6? I mean, when we get to this end of the point, there's clearly a better team. I don't know the odds on OKC winning it in 5. I bet you it's a juicy number, though. A clean sweep would be crazy. But I think it's possible. I want it to go 7. I want it to be a fucking track meet, which I think it's going to be because both of them can get up and down the floor very quickly. And I think both of them have very good offenses. They have numerous options. The one thing I will say for the Pacers, they have Pascal Siakam, who has won a championship. He's been there, done that, so they kind of have a veteran experience. Where you look at this OKC team, I mean, they went through their battles the last couple of years. They got some better players. They got some young talent. I mean, this is one of the youngest teams to ever reach a finals or potentially reach a finals, I guess. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fucking fireworks because you don't know what these two teams are going to do because they know and they feel the pressure of the finals. That, like, hey, every game counts at this point. I know it's been counting since the playoffs started, but it counts even more in the finals because you can't go down 0-2 and come back. I mean, you can, but it'd be a fucking hell of a dream. I don't know. My heart leans Pacers. My mind's telling me OKC in maybe 5, 6. I don't know the number on it, but yeah. That's really about it. Let's talk some college football real quick. That is. Give me 1 second. We got playoff tier or player tiers that came out. Also, that game 4. Stay with me for a second. That game 4 between OKC and the T-Wolves. T-Wolves led the game in rebounds, assists, points off turnovers, fast break points, points in the paint, second chance points, free throw attempts, free throw makes, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, free throw percentage, and they still lost. That is crazy. That has to be one of the first times that stat has ever come out. I mean, they played a perfect game, it felt like. But OKC, man, they are just a different beast at this point in the season. They know the defense. They know that they're going to have a bad game. Shai was mic'd up during, game 3 when they got their ass kicked, or game 2 when they got their ass kicked by the T-Wolves. They're like, they just played better than us tonight. They hit more shots, and we didn't hit shit. Like, that's just what it is. They played like crap. Came back. They played both teams played perfect. OKC kind of held the lead the entire game. I know the T-Wolves led at one point by 2 points, but it never got further than that. OKC kind of just kept that lead, and they played great defense. When the T-Wolves would go on a run, OKC would respond 3 after 3, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, it was a beautiful game. It was a beautiful game to watch. What else do I got for you? The college football playoff moving to 12 teams, or staying at 12 teams, but will move to straight seeding model this fall immediately, which is it's fucking amazing that this is happening. And we're getting college football 26 video games in like a month or 2. You can pre-order now. No ads though. No free ads. Rewarding the selection committee top 4 teams with the top 4 seeds and first round bye. So 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of your conference is bullshit. I think it's amazing. I think that's the best news that came out of college football so far this offseason. You look back at it, it's like Boise State really getting, number 4 seed in the college football playoff, and then just kind of getting worked by Penn State the second round. Wasn't really fun to watch. It was like, okay, I respect it. Ashton Genty had a hell of a season. He put that team on the map, and he's playing in the Raiders now, so shout out him. But it's just like, they should have been like a 8 seed or I don't care. They should have been ranked for sure. They should have been in the playoff. But it's one of those things where it's like 4 seed in the entire country. They're about to get run through by Penn State. Like, that's just what it is. Charlie Woods won like some championship today. It was like the Junior Tailor-Made Championship. The dude is I don't think, again, not crazy take, nothing crazy about it. Like, he's Tiger Woods' son. The dude's going to win majors. Like, this might be a hot take. He could dethrone Jack Nicklaus, the most majors ever. Because Tiger's going to be like, everything that I did and I learned later in my life, I'm going to teach you now. Obviously, we're going to start with the basics, which he's been doing probably since he could walk or maybe even run or swing a golf club at 3 or 4. Tiger probably put a putting green out there and said, hey, here's what's the name of the fucking famous putters. I'm drawing a blank. But you know what I'm talking about. or put a tailor-made spider in his hand. Just be like, here, we're going to saw this barrel off. You're going to start to get a feel of this. So that way when it comes time to actually start putting like an adult, you'll be totally fine. So is he going to end up with the most majors ever? Probably, just because he's Tiger Woods' son. I would love to see Tiger come back and win another one, but the dude's going through. I mean, he had surgery again, a few months ago. It'd be a miracle if he won another one, which, miracles happen. 2019 Masters, he played fucking phenomenal. But yeah, shout out Charlie Woods. The dude's going to be a legend one day. I mean, have you seen his hand? First of all, his swing. Well, actually, his swing. If you watch a video of his swing, he has the most beautiful swing that you could see. I love Jake Knapp's swing. His is so smooth, and he hits a 4-iron. Like, if you look at it, Jake Knapp's swing is here and just butter all the way through, 4-iron, 300 yards. It's like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? Charlie Woods' swing, pure. Just smooth as butter. Looks like his dad's almost. It's a fucking golf swing. And it's Tiger Woods' son, so it's going to be beautiful. But his hands, if you've seen his hands, look, I'll admit it, your boy's hands aren't that big. They work, they fucking grab things, pause, they can catch anything. But if you look at his hands are massive. So there's no wonder he can put that much spin on the ball sometimes at 13 years old. When you come through like that, oh my God. Last thing here, Rockies. This was 6 days ago. The Rockies are 8-42, which is the worst 50-game starter to a season MLB modern era. I mean, are we shocked by this? I know people here in Colorado who are Rockies fans, all that kind of stuff. They're not really shocked by this. We usually, realistically, for the last, probably 5 to 8 years, we usually start out great. Like, usually our first 15 to 20 games, we're like leading the league in wins or something like that. We're just dog shit now. We're just horrible. Like, we know we're horrible. We've always been horrible, other than Rocktober back in, 2005 when we got swept by the Red Sox in the World Series. It was the most wonderful time because everyone was like, oh my gosh, this will never happen again in our lifetime. I will never see the Rockies in the World Series, maybe never even the playoffs again. So they're on track to win 24 games and lose about 120. It is just horrific to see. It's horrific to see. The Manfred brothers need to sell the fucking team. We've been saying this for years in Denver. Sell the team. Actually get some players in here. The shitty part is pitchers don't want to come here because of the altitude. The altitude, you swing 3/4 of a swing on a fastball, you get barrel on bat, it's going out, it's yard every time. That's why pitchers don't want to come here. Their ERAs will spike, and then they'll be like, oh, well, no wonder no one's picking him up. His ERA is a fucking 3.5, and we're looking for a guy around a 1.7. He's playing in Denver. Everyone, when he throws his fastball, even if he leaves a curve hanging up just a little bit, it's going to the moon because of the altitude here. It's crazy, but nevertheless, the Rockies are dog shit. I'll be shocked if we hit 25 wins. 25. That's all I'm asking. That's not crazy. They're on track to have one of the worst records ever. Baseball's been around for hundreds of years. One of the worst records ever? God, making history. That's all I got for you. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Thunder, OKC starts in about an hour and a half. OKC 8.5, minus 8.5, over under 221. 221.5. Give me the over. Fuck, do I want to take Minnesota plus 8.5? They need to win. Like, if they want to, here's the thing. It's either going to be a backdoor cover by OKC or Minnesota at least covers. Like, it's going to have like a minute and a half left. OKC's going to be up like 5. They're going to hit a 3. Minnesota's going to come down, maybe turn the ball over, miss a deep shot, and they're going to have a layup out there. And then they'll cover. That kind of shit. I'm going to, you know what? Fuck it. I think OKC covers. Give me the 8.5, minus 8.5 OKC, and give me the over as well, 221.5. That's Beyond the Spread. Like, comment, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, say something nice, say something mean in the comments. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Appreciate it. Till next week.